look at this thing, okay, it looks kind of cool. It's got this half circle cut out of the bottom. All right. So again, we could go through the whole checklist of finding the front view, the longest view, the view with the most detail, its normal resting position, and whichever view gives you the best right side. But again, I'm just going to pick this for you, and I want this to be considered the front view. Okay, so this is our front view. It doesn't matter because they're both the same on this. First thing I'm going to do is block in the view. So I'm going to make a rectangle that will fit this. And I'm just going to take this and do something like this. Just a nice, don't make it super small because you're not going to have enough room to work. So make these rectangles good size. Kind of fill the box that you broke into fours, just like I did here. So there is going to be the front view. And we know something about the top view. We know that it has to be the same length. So I'm going to project these lines up. You should be really good at this now, this part. And I'm going to project these lines over just like this. I now need more information. I know that this is the same height, that the front and the right side are the same height, and the front and the top are the same length. But I don't know how wide it is. What is the depth of this? So I need to look at it. And you would need more information. So we're just kind of doing this proportion. We're going to look at this and we're going to just kind of give a little guess here. Okay. So now I have this depth on here. Again, this is just the rectangle to fit it. Now we're going to transfer these lines over, and as soon as they hit the 45, they come down, just like that. And now I have my 3 rectangles. So all we've done right now is made a box, top, front, and right side. I'm going to clean it up so it's just a little easier to see the rectangles. Just like that. Okay? And now I'm ready to start kind of cutting away at this, at what I see. I'm going to start at the front view here. And I can see this whole section is removed. So I want to draw these columns here. So I'm going to sketch here and sketch here. And I'm going to try to look at the proportion. Looks like all of these are about the same. So I'm going to same distance or same thickness. So I'm going to do something like this. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of this middle. Because when you look at it, it's gone. It's gone. So when I look at that, that looks pretty good. I see that. Maybe I'm a little tall, but that's okay. Now I want to get this half circle in there. Half circle looks like it's right in the center of this. So looks like it's somewhere, I'm gonna put a little center line here. Looks like it's somewhere in here. So I'm just going to sketch, play around with trying to get a nice half circle. Doesn't have to be perfect. And again, the good thing is, if you're not happy with it, you can erase it and try it again. These are actually kind of fun to do. And these are called orthographic drawings, and another name is multi-view, because there's more than one view. There's a top view, a front view, and a right side view. Okay? All right. So now I have that, and I can erase this bottom, and that's kind of what I see right here. All right, that gives me some information. Well, now that I made these little points here, I can do something with those points. Remember, any place there's a point, I can transfer the line up. Excuse me, and I can transfer this line up. Just like that. And now I have the lines here. Okay. The next thing I need to do is I need to look at this and say, well, there's some squares here. So again, we're just going to estimate where these squares are. If we wanted this to be precise, perfect, we would put math on here and say, oh, make each one of these a 1/2 inch by a 1/2 inch, but we don't need to do that in a sketch. But when you look, you can see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So everything's there. Again, it's not 3D, so your eye brings everything up, so you don't realize that this is going down. You don't realize that this part is actually set low. Okay? Let's go to the right side view. We can do something with the right side view. It's a little bit confusing with the right side view. If we look at this, there's a notch in here. And this notch is, you know, in line with these. So we can take these right here and transfer them over. And wherever they hit the 45, the reflection line, we can bring it down. Just like this. Okay? Now, from this view, we don't know how far this notch goes down. We don't know if it's just down a little bit. Is it just a line? You can't really tell from this view. But when you flip it to the right side, all of a sudden you can see how deep the notch is. So I have my 2 prongs here. I'm just going to look at this, and again, I'm going to estimate where the notch is. And I'm going to do something like this. And so now when you look, we have something that looks like this. It has to be darkened in, but you can see the 2 notches. We had to just pick how deep it goes. And now we're almost done with this drawing. But look at this. If you look in this top view, you don't know that there's like a shape cut out of the bottom. But look at it. My pencil can go in between there. How do I show that there's actually this notch cut out of the object from the top view? How do I know where to put it? Well, I go right to the circle down here, to the edge of the circle, and I transfer it up. Just like this. So that's one line here, one line here. Now when you look at this, you can't see it, so how do you show a line that can't be seen from this view? With a dashed line. So it's like a 1/8 inch dash with a 1/16 space. And the same thing here. Just like that. So that is actually the 2 lines. If you were to look at the edge, that is the 2 lines of this object running across here. But you can't see them, so we had to draw them. They're there, you just can't see them. Now this gets a little different here. When we look here, we can actually transfer the top of this. We have some lines here that we can bring over. Look at this line right here. How do we know where that line is? Well, it's coming right from this corner, right here. Just like that. But you can't see it. So because you can't see it, it's that 1/8 inch dash with a 1/16 space, and that's called a hidden line. And there's actually one more hidden line. Can you see the notch from this view? Do you know that there's a notch right here? Can't see it from this view, but there's the notch right there. If you were to take this point and carry it over, there would be a hidden line coming from right here. And we can't see it from this view, so we're just going to do this. And so now you have all the views, but there's even one more hidden line. This thing is just full of these hidden lines. When you take a look at this object right here, you can't really tell that there's another one behind it, but there's a hidden line there. And that hidden line comes from right here. So we transfer this back, and there's a hidden line here. Don't worry if this drawing doesn't come out perfectly for you. That's okay. I'm just looking at you're going to give it a try. And if you can start to see where some of these lines are coming from, that's really good. And if not, it will come in time. Don't worry. It's just like the more you practice it, like anything, the better you get at it. The last thing that we have to do is darken in our object. So we can take this and we can go through, and anything that we want to show, we can darken up. Turn these into what's called visible lines. So this one, just take your time with, and you will come up with a drawing that looks like this. In fact, what's cool is this is the answer. This is it right here. Okay, and then I just have to do this top one, top view, darken it in. A lot of stuff here. And again, I know that this one might be a little bit of a challenge. That's totally okay. Just give it a try and it'll be fine. Okay? And then if you have some lines that are confusing, you can always kind of just erase them like that, so that the view itself pops. And if you want to put in, you know, a center line here, that's fine. If you didn't, that's okay. Just halfway. Center line designates like the center of an object. And so that's what we're showing there. So this is the last of the drawings. Okay, so we've done a total of 4 drawings. We've done this one, and we've done this one, and we've done our purple one, and we've done this red one. And they're all pretty cool. So hopefully that makes sense to you, and we'll talk about it in class.